Welcome to Wonderslate. Subscribe to our Telegram channel given in the description to updates and study materials. Topic for today's quiz is the French Revolution. Question number 1. When Louis XVI ascended the throne of France? Option A. 1773. Option B. 1774. Option C. 1775. Option D. 1776. The correct answer is option B. 1774. In 1774, Louis XVI of the Bourbon family of kings ascended the throne of France. Question number 2. The word livre stands for option A. Unit of currency in France. Option B. A tax to be paid directly to the state. Option C. A tax levied by the church. Option D. None of these. The correct answer is option A. Unit of currency in France. Livre is a unit of currency in France, discontinued in 1794. Question number 3. Which patriotic song sung by the army in the war against Prussia and Austria? Option A. Sire. Option B. Marseillaise. Option C. Les Rêves du Peuple. Option D. Hymne du 21 Janvier. The correct answer is option B. Marseillaise. Marseillaise is the patriotic song composed by the poet Roger de Lille sung by the army in the war against Prussia and Austria. Question number 4. When did Bastille was demolished? Option A. 14th of July, 1789. Option B. 5th of May 1789. Option C. 20th of June 1789. Option D. 26th of August 1789. The correct answer is option A. 14th of July, 1789. On the 14th of July 1789, a group of several hundred people marched towards the eastern part of the city and stormed the fortress prison, the Bastille, where they hoped to find hoarded ammunition. Question number 5. What was a States General? Option A. Head of the army. Option B. A political body. Option C. Persons of high rank in state administration. Option D. Head of church. The correct answer is option B. A political body. The Estates General was a political body to which the three estates sent their representatives. Question number 6. Name of the book written by John Locke. Option A. Two Treatises on Government. Option B. The Spirit of the Laws. Option C. The Social Contract. Option D. None of the above. The correct answer is option A. Two Treatises on Government. John Locke in his book Two Treatises of Government, where he sought to refute the doctrine of the divine and absolute right of the monarch. Question number 7. What did the term old regime mean? Option A. History of France before 1789 AD. Option B. Administration of France before 1789 AD. Option C. Society and institutions of France before 1789 AD. Option D. None of the above. The correct answer is option C. Society and institutions of France before 1789 AD. The term old regime is usually used to describe the society and institutions of France before 1789. Question number 8. When did Louis XVI call an assembly of Estates General to pass proposals for new taxes? Option A. 14th of July, 1789. Option B. 5th of May 1789. Option C. 20th of June 1789. Option D. 4th of August 1789. The correct answer is Option B. 5th of May 1789. On the 5th of May 1789, Louis XVI called together an assembly of the Estates General to pass proposals for new taxes. Question number 9. The Constitution of 1791 given power to make laws to whom? Option A. Convention. Option B. National Assembly. Option C. Directory. Option D. Clergy and nobility. The correct answer is Option B. National Assembly. The Constitution of 1791 gave the power of making laws in the hands of National Assembly, which was indirectly elected. The National Assembly was elected by a group of electors, which were chosen by active citizens. Active citizens comprises of only men above 25 years of age who paid taxes equal to at least 3 days of a laborer's wage. The remaining men and all women were classed as passive citizens who had no voting rights. Question number 10. The word Taille stands for. Option A. It is a tax paid directly to the state by the third state. Option B. It is a tax paid directly to the church by the third state. Option C. It is a tax paid directly to the state by the nobility. Option D. It is a tax paid directly to the state by the clergy. The correct answer is Option A. It is a tax paid directly to the state by the third state. Taille is a tax to be paid directly to the state. Question number 11. In April 1792, the National Assembly voted to declare war against which countries? Option A. Prussia. Option B. Austria. Option C. Both I and II. Option D. Neither I nor II. The correct answer is Option C. Both I and II. The National Assembly voted in April 1792 to declare war against Prussia and Austria. Thousands of volunteers presented from the provinces to join the army. Question number 12. The assembly elected in 1792 was called Option A. National Assembly. Option B. General Assembly. Option C. Convention. Option D. Council. The correct answer is Option C. Convention. The newly elected assembly in 1792 was called the Convention. Question number 13. When was the Battle of Waterloo fought? Option A. 1810 AD. Option B. 1815 AD. Option C. 1825 AD. Option D. 1795 AD. The correct answer is Option B. 1815 AD. Napoleon was finally defeated at Waterloo in 1815. Question number 14. Which of the following statement is true in the context of Robespierre? Option A. He converted churches into barracks or offices. Option B. He rationed meat and bread. Option C. He followed a policy of severe control and punishment. Option D. All of the above. The correct answer is Option D. All of the above. The period from 1793 to 1794 is referred to as the Reign of Terror. Robespierre followed a policy of severe control and punishment. Meat and bread were rationed. The use of more expensive white flour was forbidden. All citizens were required to eat the pain d'église, equality bread, a loaf made of whole wheat. Churches were shut down and their buildings converted into barracks or offices. Question number 15. Which of these rights were established as natural and inalienable rights by the Constitution of 1791? Option A. Right to life. Option B. Freedom of speech and opinion. Option C. Equality before the law. Option D. All the above. The correct answer is option D. All the above. The Constitution began with a declaration of the rights of man and citizen. Rights such as the right to life, freedom of speech, freedom of opinion, equality before law, were established as natural and inalienable rights, that is, they belonged to each human being by birth and could not be taken away. Question number 16. Who reintroduced slavery in France after it was abolished by Jacobin regime? Option A. Rousseau. Option B. Robespierre. Option C. Napoleon. Option D. Mirabeau. The correct answer is option C. Napoleon. It was finally the convention which in 1794 legislated to free all slaves in the French overseas possessions. This, however, turned out to be a short-term measure. 10 years later, Napoleon reintroduced slavery. Question number 17. Who was Rousseau? Option A. A French philosopher. Option B. An astrologer. Option C. Leader of Jacobin Club. Option D. A dictator. The correct answer is option A. A French philosopher. Jean-Jacques Rousseau is a philosopher who written a book named Social Contract in which he proposed a form of government based on a social contract between people and their representatives. Question number 18. Who wrote the pamphlet called What is the Third Estate? Option A. Mirabeau. Option B. Rousseau. Option C. Abbassies. Option D. Robespierre. The correct answer is option C. Abbassies. Abbassies, originally a priest, wrote an influential pamphlet called What is the Third Estate? Question number 19. What do you mean by the term directory? Option A. A convention made up of 6 members. Option B. A congress made up of 5 members. Option C. A council made up of 6 members. Option D. An executive made up of 5 members. The correct answer is option D. An executive made up of 5 members. After the fall of Jacobin government, a new constitution was introduced which denied the vote to non-propertied sections of society. It provided for 2 elected legislative councils. These then appointed a directory, an executive made up of 5 members. Question number 20. Each member should have 1 vote was advocated by option A. Mirabeau. Option B. Rousseau. Option C. Abbassies. Option D. John Locke. The correct answer is option B. Rousseau. The members of the Third Estate demanded that voting now be conducted by the Assembly as a whole, where each member would have 1 vote. This was one of the democratic principles put forward by philosophers like Rousseau in his book The Social Contract. Question number 21. Which social groups emerged in the 18th century? Option A. Businessmen. Option B. Peasants. Option C. Middle class. Option D. All the above. The correct answer is option C. Middle class. The 18th century witnessed the emergence of social groups, termed the middle class, who earned their wealth through an expanding overseas trade and from the manufacture of goods such as woolen and silk textiles that were either exported or bought by the richer members of society. Question number 22. What was the most important legacy of the French Revolution? Option A. Idea of constitutional monarchy. Option B. Idea of democratic rights. Option C. Ideas of liberty and democratic rights. Option D. Ideas of dictatorship. The correct answer is Option C. Ideas of liberty and democratic rights. The ideas of liberty and democratic rights were the most important legacy of the French Revolution. These spread from France to the rest of Europe during the 19th century, where feudal systems were abolished. Thank you for watching the video. If you'd like practice this quiz, then download the Wonderslate app now, link in the description below. If you have any suggestion for us, feel free to leave comments. If you liked the video and want to see more of it, hit the thumbs up and don't forget to click on subscribe button to get more updates of the future videos.